My name is Julie Kidd. I'm originally from Costa Mesa, Southern California, and this is my pure life story. I have 3 kids, and my oldest son had this crazy idea that we needed to move to Costa Rica. And I was like, there's no way. I don't travel. I had never been to Costa Rica, but I was retired. And about a month after I retired, my middle son passed away. He had epilepsy, and sadly, I lost him. So I was in the midst of horrible heartache and grieving, and I thought, well, maybe going to Costa Rica would be healing. So I called up my sisters and I said, hey, we need a sissy trip. Let's go to Costa Rica. So that way I could also appease my son and say, hey, I did go, I looked around, but I'm not moving to Costa Rica. So my sisters and I came end of April, the beginning of May. It was rainy season, and we stayed in Tamarindo, which was really fun. We looked around, we went out, wined and dined, but it wasn't for me. But hey, I looked. So then we ended up at a really nice beach town, and I still wasn't feeling the push to move here. But about our second day in, there was this big rainstorm. The palm trees were just kind of moving. It was almost like Mother Nature was putting her arms around us and just giving us this love and peace and helping me through my grieving. And in that moment, I just had this thought, and then I looked at my sister and I said, I could see myself here. So I put an offer in on this condo. I really, really liked it. And I thought, if it doesn't go through, then that's a sign that it's not meant to be. And if it does go through, I'll have a lot of explaining to do. I knew my family and friends would think, oh, Julie's grieving, she's gone crazy. So the next day I was having lunch with my sisters in a really nice beach town at the beach club. And I got a call that my offer was accepted. And whoa, I was excited. And then I was scared. So I called my son and I said, hey, we're not going to be moving to the jungle and building our own house, but I did put an offer in on a condo in a place called Pacifico. So, hey, I'm going to come here and heal and embrace this new life and figure out who I am. I wanted to get to know myself. But then I was here, and I think after just a short time, maybe a couple weeks, I realized, no, I need to learn to love myself. So I spent a lot of time just thinking at first. I could feel, it sounds kind of weird, just the peace and the serenity and just being around Mother Nature. It was beautiful. And the animals and, the coconuts in the trees and the squirrels that come up. I love it. I feel like I'm one with. It's such a magical, majestic, peaceful feeling. And it never gets old. The hardest part about moving to Costa Rica was, of course, trusting in the process, and of course, explaining my feelings and my decision to my friends and family. Then I had to get packing. I had just things over, 6 decades that I had held on to. So I first started selling things, and that got to be overwhelming. So I decided to donate pretty much everything I owned. And then really having some long talks with myself on what is it that I want to keep? What is it that means something to me? But I think in that process, getting rid of things, getting things, the heavy burdens on my shoulders, it was relieving and it was refreshing. Another thing that was difficult about moving to Costa Rica was I have 2 cats. So I had to really figure out what the rules are bringing an animal into a country. I called the airlines, I did everything I had to do, and I brought my cats over. I had 1 cat in first class and my son had the other cat, and they cried the whole time. So I remember standing up and saying, hey, I'm so sorry I have my cats, but I have Benadryl and drinks are on me. What I really love about Costa Rica is I do love the rainy season and the different days offer different weather each day. I love that the people are so friendly and people that are visiting are happy. I remember driving one time up in Hermosa, kind of close to where I live, and I just started crying because I just didn't know. I just didn't know how beautiful it was, and all I heard was, it's going to be scary, it's not safe. None of that is true. It is so beautiful. I love connecting with Mother Nature, and it's just peaceful. And I feel like, this is going to sound really weird, you manifest things. I'll just think of an idea and the next thing you know, it comes true. It's crazy how that works.